Good morning. It's February 28th, 2024, and it's the drive to work. I don't usually drive to work on Wednesdays. This is my second attempt at making this video, by the way. I started it early, and I didn't like the direction it was going in. Just kind of stammering along like I normally do without much content. I don't have much content now, but I figured since I was getting relatively close to the Dunkin' Donuts, I would at least video that thing, which makes a liar out of me every day. So that's why I'm recording now. I think I've started a little bit early. It's a leap year, so tomorrow is the 29th. We get an extra day in February. Tomorrow is also my cousin's birthday. I think he's going to be like 15, or 60 in real years, but it'll be his 15th actual birthday day, or something like that. Let's see, you started 0. It's 15 or 16. So he was born on the 29th, he was 0. Yeah, I don't know, different cultures do it differently. Some people, when you're born, you're 1. I don't know. But anyway, it's a leap year. Woo-hoo. The reason I'm driving in today is I wasn't feeling fantastic on Monday, but I was good enough to work, so I switched my remote day from Wednesday to Monday to rainy. Surprisingly warm and rainy. So I'm going in today. Not because of the warm and rainy, but because I worked remotely on Monday. There's this car in front of me with this light that's hypnotic. Can I show it to you without screwing stuff up? Here, come with me for a moment. It's like, he put his brakes on. Alright, so once his brakes turn off, you'll see up in the middle of that top brake light, there's this flashing thing. It's like white, green, red, purple. I hope I'm aiming you in the right direction. I'll find out later. But I have no idea what that is. But it's very distracting. Anyway, let me put you back in the saddle again. There we go. So now we're coming up to Dunkin' Donuts. The past couple days, Tuesday and today, still not feeling 100%, and it's taking me a while to get ready. Even though I get up crazy early, I didn't have time to make a lunch, so just like yesterday, I'll probably be buying some food. I thought about starting a fast, like 1 or 2 day fast, but didn't have the willpower, and I know I won't have it today because I'm a little tired. I'll need to eat for fuel. Hi, could I have a large black coffee, please?
Anything else today?
That's it.
All right.
All right, thanks. This should just be a moment. So the lottery's up to the point where I'm willing to play it again. It's up around $600 million for the Mega Millions. Nobody won it last night. It was about $500,000 yesterday. Nobody won, so now it's up to 600. It's 600 and something, but the cash value is less than 300. I always thought it was about half or a little more than half, but it's in this particular case it's less than half. It's like 396 or 386 cash option, of which I think half of it goes to taxes if you take that. So $600 million jackpot, you'll end up getting like $150-ish million. Hardly worth it. It's taking a surprisingly long time for a cup of coffee. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So the if the sippy spout is 6 o'clock, then the seam is at like 4 or 5 o'clock, which really isn't that bad. I'll show it to you. Here's the spout. Here's the seam, but I want it all the way around the back. So there we go. Ow, burning my hand. Ow, ow, ow. There we go. I probably have increased the integrity of the seal to cup, but what are you gonna do? Seal to cup, lid to cup, the seal of the lid to the cup. Whatever. So there's that. Trash bag. I've got a trash bag in my car. Oh, yeah, it's a shopping bag. You get it at a supermarket, a bag of groceries. I've got it hanging from my gear shifter, and it's now way too full, and it's becoming a distraction. Full of coffee cups. I don't know where they keep coming from. I don't like buying coffee on the way to work. I'd rather make it, but I haven't nailed that down yet. I know I've talked about that a lot. I thought about maybe getting a French press for work. The whole issue, like we have a coffee machine at work. It's a Bodecker, and it's got pucks, but those pucks sit around for epochs, and I don't want to explain all the gross stuff around pre-ground coffee, but I'd like to come up with a elegant solution at my desk for making like fresher coffee, not as gross. Like I have access to bottled water at work. I carry a backpack now, so I could definitely bring in my own water for making coffee. I could definitely bring in my own coffee. Got that Tal thermos, so I could make coffee at home. But I want a quick and easy solution for the workplace where I've got a machine where I can just make the coffee fresh there, for that whole coffee experience. Some little thing where I can grind the beans and make a single or a couple servings of coffee, but also have it in a neat little package where it's like not a mess, like not a full-fledged coffee station. And, clearly, I don't know what I'm really looking for. But anyway, not that Dunkin' Donuts doesn't make good coffee, but this is like over $3 for a cup of coffee. That's crazy. You're paying for the convenience. It is very convenient, and it's not bad coffee most of the time. It was just a mouthful of steam. This is still way too hot to drink. It smells good. Whoa! The lid came off as I was dropping it back in the cup holder. So, one of the dangers of readjusting the lid after you've already been served your coffee is you may compromise the integrity of the seal between the lid and the cup. These are the risks I'm willing to take. So, briefly touch on stuff about work. So it's the end of the month, and the planner is usually the one that closes out the month. Just a bunch of little tasks. I sometimes do some of them. Before our current planner started, there was an old planner who used to close the month, and she was retiring, and we kept asking her to show me how she closes the month, and like she kept refusing to do it. It was funny, like you're literally going to be gone in a month. This is your last chance to show me. And it's like I said, I will just Teams me in, or I don't remember if we were using Zoom Teams or that other thing at the time. It's like on a Saturday, just show me what you do. You just have to show me. I'll write everything down and I'll figure it out. And then like I called her on Saturday, like I just did it. Like this is the last time. Like you can't just do it. You have to show me. Like you're going to be gone. There's going to be no one here to do it. So I muddled through. I got some help, and like I had to close the month once or twice. But it was a long time ago, and now the planner's going to be on vacation, and I have to close the month. And I get overly stressed about stuff that doesn't really matter. I mean, everything will be fine. It's just getting to that point, getting it done, being like, okay, month's closed, can flip over to the next month. Makes me anxious. On top of all the other stuff that makes me anxious. All these meetings, all these presentations. They're just, to some degree, dog and pony shows, but I know it has to be done. Do I know it has to be done? I agree, they believe it has to be done. I'll go with that. So anyway, got my coffee, continuing on to work. I don't really think I have much left here. I often talk about tasks I have to finish, like, finishing the party room, the walls, the ceiling. I have to remodel my kitchen. It's been going on way too long. I have to insulate the house. The house was built without insulation, so heating is very expensive. But on top of that list of things is I have a friend who has weep holes in their basement, and they've already bought the supplies. They need me to come over and just do a little bit of PVC work to route the weep holes at the bottom of their cinder block walls to the sump pump, which is really easy. You just clean out the hole, put a little compound around the pipe you're going to put in there, put the pipe in, measure and fit all the PVC before you start installing. But she's already bought all the stuff. I has to go over and do it. But it was raining. It was raining yesterday. It's raining today. I don't want to do it while it's raining for obvious reasons. The Quikrete or whatever won't set properly if it's raining. So I need to have a day or two of not rain, and then I can install that. I think I covered that it was my cousin's birthday tomorrow. I think he's 15. Doing the math, it's so he was born, then he was 1, 2, 3, then he was 4, so that's 2 of those. 4 would have been 1, whatever, 15 or 16, something like that. Can't think straight, very tired. I don't work this weekend, which is good. So I'll probably be able to knock some projects out around the house. And if by the weekend I haven't done that thing at my friend's house in the basement, maybe I'll knock that out. The cat's feeling much better. I think I mentioned that in my previous video. The cat was not feeling great. We took him to the vet, and now he's feeling better. Briefly talked about the lottery. It's fun. It's fun to buy a ticket for the lottery. I've talked about this in other videos. Like I don't always buy tickets for the lottery. It has to meet this mathematical equation where the reward for winning greatly outweighs the odds of winning. So like if it's let's just throw a weird number out there. Let's say the odds of winning are 2 million to 1. So the prize has to be, or let's say, I'm sorry, the odds of winning are 200 million to 1. Then the prize has to be well over 200 million for me to play. Each lottery is slightly different. And the reason is because I know I won't win and I don't want to spend a lot of money on the lottery, but it's worth $2. I used to say $1, but then they doubled the price of the lottery. It's worth $1 for the fantasy, like to be able, like you have a non-zero chance of winning, and I never come up with anything good, like like what if I suddenly, like, obviously there would be life changes if you won the lottery, but I can never think of, like, hey, I suddenly have like $200 million. What do you do? What do you do with $200 million? Like, I must not be very imaginative. Like, I just want to move out in the middle of nowhere. Like, obviously there's all the things I would take care of, set up charities, trusts, things like that, take care of certain friends and family. But for myself, I just picture myself leaving society, like finding a nice big swath of land, maybe in the Midwest, maybe not even in the United States, and just, I want to have enough land where that if I can see you, I know you're on my land. Just go there and not bother anyone. And maybe take a cruise. I've taken cruises before. Speaking of cruises, I've taken a few. Like, I've done small ones, like the Big Red Boat 3-day type cruises, and then I went, at the time, the largest cruise ship in the world. We went on I can't remember if it was a Norwegian something or other, but I'll tell you this. One of the things, it seems that as boats grow in size, they don't get much more surface area. Like, they pack in more people as they get bigger, but you don't get that much more surface area for amenities. And being on that giant cruise ship was like being in a densely populated metropolitan area. I did not like it. I prefer the smaller, more intimate cruise ships where you definitely run into the same people all the time. Not that I like running into people, but I definitely didn't like being on that big one. I mean, they had the roller coaster, the water slides, and the rock climbs on the deck. But I mean, an example is the pool. Like, the pool doesn't get much bigger. So you've got, 750 billion people on this boat. But the pool was tiny. So it was always like those pictures they show you of Japan or China, I think it's Japan, where they've got this pool and, like, you can't see the pool because it's all people, like just wall-to-wall people, which seems really gross. It's like that. It's not exactly like that because it's a much smaller pool, but yeah, it's full. So there's no relaxing time. There's hot tubs, but they're always full of people. So, like, mixed couples, like, because there's so few of them, people are like, yeah, come on in. So you got, like, those are always full. And again, it's just gross. I can't be comfortable in a hot tub on a boat, just because I know there's been an infinite number of people that have, like, gotten in and out of it, and I just can't imagine how sanitary they are. Going down a weird, so I don't know if I would do a cruise. I might do a private charter thing for a few days, but I don't know if I would do a full. I do like gambling though. Cruise ships do have casinos on them. I don't know if they all do, but so yeah, like I said, I can't think of much stuff. Like, I think about, like, maybe getting, like, would I want a supercar? And the answer is no. I might want to rent one for a day to have some fun, like, see what it's like to drive one of those. But I can't imagine it would be worth like $100,000 or a couple $100,000 or $1 million for one of those, like, sports cars. I know if you're into them, if you're a car person and you're a collector, they can be an investment, but it's not something that I'm into. I like beaters. I like old cars. Like I had my old Nova. I had a couple of Novas. I might have had three. I had a '76 Nova, red '76 Nova, straight six. I think it was a 327. And then I had a white Nova. I might have had two white Novas. I rolled the red one, the 76. I rolled that once. Red Lion Road or something like that. Or we'd just seen a movie. It might have been Edward Scissorhands. I don't remember. And I was out with my fiance's friend, and we were just cruising because back then I loved to drive. I spent more time driving than I spent sleeping. It was just always driving. Like if I wasn't in work, I was driving my car somewhere. I really did like to drive back then. The job I got after my first long-term job kind of killed my desire to drive because it was a 24-hour-a-day driving gig, but it wasn't supposed to be. But we just seen a movie. We were out driving around, and I don't know if it was Red Line Road, but it was some back road near there, and there was this blind turn, and it had been raining lately, and I really wasn't going that fast. I think that's what everybody says, but I really wasn't going that fast. But I took the turn, and we just lost contact with the road. It was one of those light rains, the most dangerous kind where the oil's just coming to the surface. So I lost contact with the road, went up this dirt hill, took out maybe a couple sapling trees, rolled the car completely on its side, to the point where it rolled over. It didn't go onto the roof, but it went onto the driver's side. And then it fell back, slid down, and then we were on all four wheels. A car initially didn't start, then it did start, and it drove, but it drove terribly. Like there was this boom, 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 and I might not have had brakes too, because I remember I was either afraid to stop at intersections or the brakes were going, because I remember we were driving home and I would honk my way through intersections. It was late at night, there was no traffic, so I needed to get the car home. And when I got it home, when it came out in the daylight, it was crazy. There was the whole driver's side of the car had, I guess after it slid up the hill, slid down, and then rolled back over the wheels, it had scooped up a bunch of the grass and ground, and there was grass growing sideways out of the wheels themselves, and parts of the side of the car just had grass growing straight out because I just grabbed the turf up with the side of my car. And oddly, after that, I topped off the oil, and the car ran fine. There was nothing to repair. I mean, it was obviously it had a little bit of scuffing, but and it was covered in dirt. But there was literally nothing that I had to go to the mechanic for. The car ran fine, which is crazy. I don't even think I lost any headlights in the whole mess, even though I took out a couple of little trees. It just that's because older cars were built like tanks. I wasn't injured at all. The guy that was in the car with me, I think he banged his head, or he hurt something, and he took a week off of work or something like that after the incident. There was we had glass soda bottles back then, and what's weird is you kind of remember things in slow motion, and one of the things that did happen when we went up the hill is our sodas came out of the cup holders. They were side-by-side cup holders in that car, like on the hump, and I could swear I saw them come up out of the cup holders and crash into each other and explode, getting glass and soda everywhere. But that memory doesn't really make any sense. How would they come up and crash into each other? I don't know. So that's probably a false memory. I mean, I know they broke, but probably not the way I remember it. Memories. Speaking of memories, I think I talked about. Ooh, back window, I can't see out. Someone right on my butt. Memories. Like you're taught this a lot. People observe things differently, and people remember things differently. And I always used to be fascinated by that. And I used to try to, whenever I had an opportunity, try to experiment with that. And I remember a couple of instances related to the D&D game. The group of people that were there, sometimes it was upwards of 10 people, and we would do certain things, and then you remember that trick I told you about in the previous video with the cards. Someone did a trick with 16 cards. I did the same trick with a full deck without knowing how to do it. I figured it out real quick. And there's other tricks, like there's a way to memorize a deck. There's a bunch of stuff, but there was incidents that, there was a time where I had somebody shuffle a deck, and then I shuffle the deck, and then I'm gonna guess all 52 cards in order, and I did it. Never mind how. And what's funny is of all the people there, everybody remembers, because it was a very specific night. I was paying attention to everything that was going on. Obviously, it's memorable because it's a really impressive trick, and everybody remembers that night differently, which is fascinating. You got 10 different people, and everybody has a completely separate memory of what happened. It makes you wonder if we're living in the same reality. And it's I wish, because the memories are so divergent, I wish I had recorded it and then ask people about that night and then show them the videos. Well, this is what actually happened, and then wonder, is my memory wrong? Is their memory wrong? Do we both have the same level of wrongness? Is everything in the past is a memory? It's it would be so easy to change someone's personality if you could just alter their memories. How do they remember going through life? If you took out all the happy memories, would they suddenly be a different person? Or because your thought paths are also muscle memory to some degree, I think. So if you're just naturally a happy person, I don't think removing all those memories would instantly make you not as happy a person. And I don't think we go through life constantly. Well, people like me who have intrusive memories are constantly thinking about things, but we don't think about happy things. Just things that bother us, embarrassing moments, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant, just one of those comedians says, you're going down this highway with all these billboards of embarrassing moments that you're just forced to think about. You're doing it to yourself because your brain is your enemy. Again, this took a very weird turn. What time is it? Why am I not in the map app? If I hit this map app, this might end. Map app? Did it end? No. Alright. 38. I'm making okay time. Wish I had had time to pack a lunch, though. That you're hearing is my windshield wipers. The reason they're making that noise is a little while ago, a few months ago, might have been September. Let's say it was last September. I had my windshield replaced, and the guy told me, don't remove the tape right away, wait 24 hours. The tape, for some reason they put tape on the top of the window leading to the roof of the car. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but he said leave that on there for 24 hours. Well, I don't know what happened next, but it was like a week later before I thought to go out and get the tape off, and it was too late. The glue and I haven't bothered to get acetone or alcohol and a razor blade to scrape it off. So now the windshield wipers keep hitting that tape. It's been slowly decaying over time, but in another year, I'm sure it'll still be there to some degree unless I go do something about it. Oddly, no one at work has mentioned me, hey, what's the deal with the tape on your car? Is that holding your windshield on? So yeah, still can't think of anything fun to do with a couple $100 million. Can't think of anything fun to do with $20. All right. I'm tired and I'm out of ideas. I'm just kind of rambling, so I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful day.